Following the devastation of World War II, the United States emerged as the strongest global power. With two-thirds of the world's monetary gold stock, the U.S. was in a unique position. This economic reality was formalized at the 1944 Bretton Woods Conference. Here, the U.S. dollar was established as the world's primary reserve currency. Other currencies were pegged to the dollar, convertible to gold at $35 an ounce. This framework aimed to prevent the economic instability that led to past global conflicts. The Bretton Woods system started strong, establishing dollar dominance. But it had a hidden flaw that led to its downfall. To fuel global trade, the U.S. had to keep issuing more dollars. This meant running trade deficits, which seemed fine at first. But soon, the dollars in circulation outpaced our gold reserves. Confidence in the dollar's value began to wane. As more dollars flowed, the gold backing lost credibility. This created a cycle of doubt, leading to gold outflows. Ultimately, the system was set up for collapse. In 1971, the U.S. ended the gold standard, and suddenly, the dollar lost its gold backing. Confidence in the currency wobbled as oil prices soared and inflation hit 11%. The U.S. needed a new anchor for its currency, and a secret deal was on the horizon. In 1974, the U.S. struck a deal with Saudi Arabia. Oil would be sold only in U.S. dollars. In return, the U.S. promised weapons, security, and political protection. We have agreed with the United States that all oil purchases will be priced in U.S. dollars. Saudi Oil Minister Yamani, 1975-1974, marked the signing of the U.S.-Saudi Joint Commission on Economic Cooperation. U.S. arms sales to Saudi Arabia skyrocketed from 300 melers in 1970 to 2 barils by 1975. Other OPEC countries followed suit, aligning their oil trades with the dollar. By the 1980s, over 80% of global oil was traded in U.S. dollars, creating a new economic landscape. This meant that if a country wanted oil, it had to first acquire dollars, driving demand. As a result, the dollar became the world's reserve currency, a powerful position. In 1990, 90% of global oil trade was in USD, according to the IMF. Fast forward to 2023, and the USD still makes up 59% of global central bank reserves. This unique demand allowed the US to print money, run huge deficits, and maintain its global power. The dollar is no longer just a currency, it's a geopolitical weapon. With oil payments flowing through U.S. banks, America can block nations from accessing their own funds. Sanctions are the new warfare. The dollar is the missile, as one former U.S. Treasury official put it. Iran, Russia, Venezuela, all cut off, not by bombs, but by banks. 2012, Iran was removed from the SWIFT system. 2014, the U.S. imposed sanctions on Russia after Crimea. 2022, Russia's $630 billion in reserves were partially frozen after the invasion of Ukraine. The world is changing fast. China and Russia are now trading oil in yuan and rubles. Brics nations are creating their own dollar-free payment systems. In 2023, India paid for Russian oil using rupees, not dollars. Saudi Arabia is even considering accepting yuan for oil. In 2023, $51 billion of China-Russia trade was settled in yuan. India and Russia signed a rupee settlement deal for oil imports this July. What if the petrodollar system collapses? Suddenly, global demand for dollars plummets. The US can't just print more without triggering inflation. Borrowing costs skyrocket, making loans unaffordable. The dollar loses its status as the world's reserve currency. As Zoltan Pozsar said, the end of the petrodollar means the end of American financial dominance. So, the BRICS nations are stepping up their game. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and new members like Saudi Arabia and UAE are on a mission. They're working together to reduce reliance on the US dollar. Introducing Brics Pay, a decentralized payment system. This will let them transact in their own currencies, no more Western control. It's a bold move towards financial independence and collaboration. This system is designed to resist external control and minimize settlement imbalances, Yet some still dream of a single Brics currency or a digital asset for cross-border settlements. Did you know? 95% of trade between Russia and China is already in rubles and yuan. De-dollarization isn't a coordinated attack on the dollar, it's a pragmatic response to diverse national interests. It's all about diversification, not just replacing one currency.